Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Mortanius, and we are back with some more Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X. Time of recording is slightly earlier, 11:21 p.m. Thursday, June 19th, 2025. When we last left off, got to get ourselves more of an introduction to the way this game works in terms of how you pick up and solve mission structures, passive and active, as well as finally getting back out on the battlefield and getting a chance to see what our local Prothean can do. Come to find out, he's a smasher, children. Pretty powerful techniques. Good with his rifle, so it works out. Managed to save some folks from the fabled Grissom Academy, highest end school humanity's got, as well as the Ascension program, their biotics training organization. Met up with an old friend there, Subject Zero. We also know her as Jack. Come to find out, Liara knows her as Jennifer. Another question for another time. And now we're just in the process of having so far gathered who we need, being in the process of heading out to begin our hopefully non-aggressive negotiations with the other races of the council, as well as a few races that aren't members of the council but extremely pivotal. So if you folks like what you see and want to see more of me as we try and solve this galactic debacle that have people all in their feelings, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube, both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube, follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch, and wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. As I said at the end of the last episode, we took a look at our war assets that we picked up. Alien races that were once content to stay on the fringes of galactic politics are now stepping up to provide whatever is needed to win the war. As one of these we missed, but we'll deal with that momentarily. Terminus Fleet for 100 points. The Terminus Fleet is an assortment of mercenary vessels and pirate ships bound together by little more than common geography and the fear of the Reapers. Despite this volatile mix, the fleet seems to be functioning as one unit under the leadership of criminal warlord Arya Talok. The Bloodpack mercenaries have been compared to floods, wildfires, and other calamities. It recruits Krogan and Vorcha, preferably those with no regard for collateral damage. On a rare occasion when brute force is insufficient, the Bloodpack is willing to deploy weapons of mass destruction normally banned in Citadel space. They'll be of use. Inspector unit. Inspectors are the left hand of the count. Citadel, enforcing laws and stopping crimes with galactic repercussions. While specters usually work alone, the Reaper. One second. Sorry about that. While specters usually work alone, the Reaper threat gave cause for these extraordinary agents to assemble in an elite unit capable of operating in enemy territory without backup. Spectre John Bao, while not their official leader, is the group's spokesperson. He has passed on important intel gathered by the unit to Hackett and the 5th Fleet. Good. Hanar and Drell forces. The Hanar have sent their warships to engage the Reapers to repay Commander Shepard for saving their home world. Though their navy is relatively small, the Hanar have also provided the services of their best Drell combat specialists. They are accomplished spies, saboteurs, and assassins, trained at an extremely young age. While the Hanar are normally loath to send trusted allies into open warfare, these are dangerous times. A middle gel formulated especially for the Hanar has been distributed to Hanar civilians and fleet captains. And again, that was what we picked up from that first Cerberus facility, that Spec Ops mission. 103rd Marine Division is updated. Biotic students from the Grissom Academy have joined the 103rd Marine Division as a support unit. Students focus their biotics into barriers that shield the Marines and help control the flow on the battlefield. Nice. Kaylee Sanders. First Lieutenant Kaylee Sanders joined Grissom Academy's board of directors after she gave up her military career. When the Cerberus raid on the academy was thwarted by Commander Shepard, Saunders joined the Alliance engineers working to recreate the protein device found on Mars. Her past work as a systems technician, specifically studying synthetic intelligence, has helped decode some of the complex feedback systems that control the weapon's energy output. Some of Grissom Academy's more technically minded students were saved from Cerberus by the Commander Shepard. They met up with Saunders, contributing their brain power to some of the problems she's been tackling. David Archer is another refugee from Grissom Academy working on the device. Despite his youth, Archer's theories on interstellar cross-modulation have won him respect with the project scientists. Nice. He was always pretty smart. And with the way his autistic mind was, he's a mathematical savant. His own brother made it a point to say that. Hence the experiments. Yay. Jack, formerly known as Subject Zero, may be the most talented biotic of her time. After helping Shepard destroy the Collector, she was offered a teaching position at Grissom Academy by the Alliance. Accepting the position for reasons of her own, Jack continued to hone her skills while training her students. Grissom's board of directors, Kaylee Saunders has vouched for Jack's energetic, if unorthodox, teaching style. Impressed with the inroads made with the children under the Rogue Biotics care. Good. And they're balancing her out too. A pair of entrepreneurs was persuaded to switch from creating financial programs to advanced weapon targeting VIs and to sell them to the Alliance just above cost. Cool. Kasumi Goto. Kasumi Goto is wanted in over a dozen systems for sabotage, hacking, theft, and a laundry list of other crimes. The Alliance is willing to overlook Goto's indiscretions in exchange for her help with the Crucible. In addition to her expertise with electronic security systems, Goto can acquire important technology thought lost or stuck deep in enemy territory, but no one dares ask how she acquires these items. It'd be interesting to see her actually work. It's probably something else. We saw she works with us, but I mean on her own. No team. A ghost. Probably a sight to see. A human and the most skilled thief in the galaxy.
You see the feeds from Paladin? It's brutal. I'm amazed the Turians are holding.
The birds don't quit when things get ugly. I'll give them that.
Nope. No, the birds don't.
Commander, you have an encrypted message from a Miranda Lawson.
Interesting. I didn't expect to see that for a while. Meet me on the Citadel. From Miranda Lawson, Commander. I heard about your stay with the Alliance. I can only imagine what nonsense they cooked up to keep you there. We should talk. It's safer in person. You can find me on the Citadel by Bay D24. Miranda. Forward. Thank you from Stephen Hackett to Kaylee. From Kaylee Saunders to me. Forwarded from Stephen Hackett. Hi, Commander. I didn't have time to thank you properly after you got us out of the academy, and Admiral Hackett agreed to send this your way. While my students are out on duty, I'm doing what I can to help with the Crucible. It's an amazing project, more advanced than anything I've ever seen before. Some of my more tech-minded kids are staying back to help out too, and watching them work. It's the future, Commander. This project will inform human progress for generations, and they'll have you to thank for it. All my best, Kaylee Saunders. With them getting ready to come out with the new Mass Effect, it does have me wondering how this is all going to turn out. It is concerning in both a good and bad direction. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Feeling much better. communicating. Hey, Shepard's still in the hospital, but I'm up on my feet eating solid food and making trouble for the nurses. They'll probably throw me out of here soon. Come by if you're on the Citadel. Same room. So basically, we finished a mission, and now he's cool.
I just got word. Everyone from Grissom Academy has arrived safely.
We wouldn't have known about them if you hadn't caught the distress signal. Nice work.
Thanks, Commander. Commander?
Yep. Had you not said anything, we would have known nothing.
It is good to know that Jack has thus far survived the Reaper invasion. I have amusing memories of her attempts to insert additions into my reports to the Elusive Man. Most of them centered around inappropriate uses of the word cockpit.
Classic Jack.
Hello, Shepard.
So Jack's an instructor? I guess anyone who messes with biotic kids gets turned into a small stain on the floor and ceiling. Ooh, and that was Cerberus attacking the academy. Man, that must have been like Christmas for her. Anyway, nice job on getting them out of there.
They were throwing out some impressive biotic power.
Good. We could use some heavy hitters in the biotics department. It'll be good for them, too. Biotics face a lot of discrimination. Maybe if they save the galaxy, people will get over their issues.
I didn't expect you to be sensitive about that.
Hey, I'm just tired of them stealing the spotlight from people with actual disabilities. I break ribs if I sneeze too hard. Being able to move crap with your mind is not a handicap.
That is valid. Excuse me, that is completely valid. But in terms of Cerberus, nah, she couldn't really enjoy herself. She had her students watching.
Commander?
See what the rest of the crew is up to.
There is new information on the private messages terminal.
Email from Kaylee Saunders to David Anderson. David, you won't get this for a while unless you find an extranet connection and working on Earth. I made it out to this weapon we're building. The device isn't even halfway complete, and it's the most breathtakingly complicated piece of technology I've ever seen. I wish you could see this thing we're creating. It gives me hope. Take care, for my sake. Call from Kaylee Saunders to Jack. Hey Saunders, checking on the kids. How are they, Jack? They'll do good. It's gonna be long. I kinda got crap to do. I wanted to tell you I persuaded some Alliance friends to part with that biotic amp you and your children were testing at Grissom. You could pick it up on the Citadel. Damn, one of the L3X ones. You know how you know how much shit I could tear up with one of these installed? I had an idea. Look after yourself. Yeah. And hey, thanks. It'll actually work pretty well for, I guess it'll be a little less of a strain on her mind. Or strain on her brain. Okay, sorry about that. Call between Kasumi and Professor S. Olution. Alright, Professor, you know that one-of-a-kind point-to-point comm server you were talking about the other day? Do you have any information on its whereabouts? I got something better. Check your front door. But this server's locked in a Cerberus facility. Not anymore. This will be invaluable for the Crucible. Thank you, Miss Godot. You're the brilliant astrophysicist, Prof. I'm just a tech expert doing some odd jobs. By the way, you would not believe how many credit Cerberus just leaves lying around in the open. I would. And And I'm not even a thief, which means you're probably cleaning it up.
It was odd to see an entire academy just for biotic children.
Don't Asari have biotic schools?
Every Asari school includes biotic training programs. It's basic education. Still, those children in the academy were very impressive. I'm sure Jack's proud.
I'm sure she's proud too. And yeah, I guess seeing a school of only biotics when the entire species is pretty much well, non-biotics is a little surprising.
Good to see you again, Shepard.
It's probably like looking at ancient history to an extent. But in the end, your people have always had biotics, so...
I'm glad to see we have Garrus back. I wanted to help with his scars, but I think he actually likes them.
Mm-hmm. Useful for getting girls, though.
Nothing to report.
Fortunately or unfortunately or in between. Ladies like a good scar. Or 3.
One of the worst parts of this war is watching the kids react. If
Yeah.
they're lucky, they grow up thinking the galaxy is basically a decent place. Some rough spots here and there, but for the most part, life makes sense. Now they find out it was all a lie. They wake up to see these things in the dark that just want to destroy everyone they ever cared about. If they survive, there'll be a lot of angry orphans out there looking for answers.
Yeah, and that's the issue. Because even the people who are older than them who could give them wisdom have no concept of what it is that's being dealt with. It's just a literally galaxy-wide mystery.
Looks like we beat Cerberus again. Do you think the Elusive Man fires lieutenants over failures like this, or just lines them up against the wall and gets it over with?
Probably more the second one. No witnesses, no questions.
I wish they had had a Grissom Academy for Turians when I was growing up. Always wanted to learn how to paint. Now I mostly paint walls with Reaper blood. Not the same, but it's a living.
I can understand that. Turian biotics are extremely rare, so they tend not to use them often. I think they want to increase their pool, so they tend to keep them more in safer, quote-unquote, places. I can understand it, though, considering that they're rare and the power of biotics. Turians are effectively limited if they don't have it at all.
How's it going?
I mean, memory serve, yeah, Volus even have it. What was that one Volus from the second game? Biotic God. You may salute. Good man. Oh boy. Here comes the hard part.
I'm good, Commander. Clean and focused. Thanks for the second chance.
Welcome back, Chief.
And sorry we couldn't save Gabriella.
Commander.
Need anything, Commander?
How's Engineer Donnelly working out?
He's a good kid. A bit reserved. Keeps focused on the work at hand. He certainly knows his way around the engine core and power transfer systems. Happy to have him on my team.
Yeah. He was always slightly reserved with how he handled his work, but not so much reserved in how he handled his personality. That is...
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
That's his new scar. Ugh, it irritates me so bad. What I should have did was just waited, went ahead and got Tally, and then brought her to get Legion. Instead of waiting to get Legion, and then getting Tally.
Commander, I feel terrible about leaving you on Grissom Academy like that.
I did order you to leave.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel any better. I'm just glad it all worked out.
You know, it ain't your fault, if nothing else.
Sir.
Don't beat yourself up about it. Cerberus Harrier for the win. Yeah. Some of these things I can take a trip here in a second. As a matter of fact, I could actually do that now.
That Jack is a mean SOB, but kind of hot.
Yep.
If you like that sort of thing.
Whether we like it or not, we all kind of like that sort of thing. Especially when there's hair and sensibility.
So, Anderson and Sanders. That's quite
yes,
a couple.
sir.
Huh. My dad's last name is Sanders. No relation.
Uncle Ruck has no relation.
Do you hear that hum? Is that just me?
I'm constantly hearing a hum, but you're on a spaceship, man. You might not be used to it, or you might be hearing something else. Don't know. All right. Yeah, Grissom Academy. It is legitimately a cool structure. Simple and effective. Alright. Knock out a couple of collections. Now there are some systems you end up in where you can scan to find stuff, but you can't leave the system, but Reapers can still come into the system. They don't need to know what's between the systems. They don't care. Plus they might already know.
I found something.
Metaponto. That is a name and a half. Advanced biotic implants. Cool. Minos Wasteland. Yeah, I don't have anything for that. Knock this out and go from there. Unless this was. Oh, right. Actually, I think this system was. It had fuel. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Right, okay. The 3 objects I couldn't get because the Reapers were popping out on this side. Pharaohs. They could have used these forces to defend Palaven, but that's the only reason they can refuel. They're able to hold the Reapers at bay, and the Reapers are effectively waiting for reinforcements. That's concerning. Damn. Yes, sir. That's more fuel. That's the problem. But I ain't coming back here. 750. Of course it is. Alright. Hit the Citadel back up, turn some of this stuff in, and then go from there.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
Okay, let me be sure. Yep, okay.
I need to get to the embassies.
Yes, Commander.
Since my order was thrown off last time. First, strike Abyssal.
Thank you again, Earth-class.
Alright, I already dealt with that.
Baltus has requested a war summit of council races. Reports suggest he has also offered an invitation to the Krogan.
Good morning. I'm not sure why. There was something important I had to do.
Oh, are you looking for someone, ma'am?
Maybe. I have these papers, but I'm not sure why.
Here, why don't I take care of these for you? Would that help?
Yes. Yes, please. You know, you remind me of someone. My son. He's dating an Asari. She looks remarkably like you do. He's so very happy.
Thank you. That's wonderful, ma'am.
I feel bad for that woman, both of them. And her dementia seems to be extremely rapidly progressing.
Shepard, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Here to talk about you releasing Jonas Sedaris.
Damn, you too? Somebody got the council to order her release. I'm delaying as best I can. What's your stake in this?
It's classified.
That's a fancy way of saying mind your own business. Look, there's no way I'm letting that psychopath out. The woman's unstable and a clear public threat.
To what degree?
What makes you think she's crazy?
She was a ruthless sadist before she got caught. Her imprisonment has cracked a shell off the nut.
Maybe freedom will improve her.
She rages day and night, Shepard, calling for the deaths of all Eclipse enemies. No, freedom will only give her the chance to kill.
For reference, folks, Jonas Sedaris is the woman who created the Eclipse mercenary band. That's who we're here to negotiate the freedom for.
I'd like access to her to judge for myself.
Sure thing. I'm sure you'll agree. Then maybe the council will listen to you and rescind the order. Go to the C-Sec outpost. My assistant will connect to Sedaris' cell from there. Then call me back.
Excuse me. Okay. Might as well check the Spectre requisitions office.
Spectre status recognized.
Yeah, there is something. Citadel entry authorization. Instructors at Grissom Academy have requested facilities on the Citadel to train young students who escaped the attack on the school, but who are not yet ready to join the older students in combat. Citadel authorities will find room for the students if a Spectre approves the request. Good. Get them trained up. Citadel Defense Force. Now we actually have a group of kids that are young enough, unfortunately, but also free enough to train. Hate throwing kids into a war, but there it is. We'll wrap up with Caden.
Areas tagged of interest to you are one moment, please.
Having to think about all of the stuff I'm going to be doing here.
Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Welcome to Kanala Exports. We appreciate your visit.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies. Thank you. Come again. Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
Please visit any of our Elkos Combine affiliate branches for any and all personal needs.
Have you decided how to tell him?
I don't know. A text message is so impersonal. He's off risking his life. He deserves more than that. I could record something, but I hate leaving vid messages. I always get flustered.
Maybe you need a script.
Or maybe I need to get him on a vid call so I can do it face to face.
Who knows when he'll be deployed somewhere with an open comm channel. He knew it'd be hard to communicate when he left you here.
Yeah, when he just abandoned you to go fight for the galaxy, including you. Yeah, he knew it was gonna be hard to communicate. How dare he? Bad man.
Commander, unless you can find a new source of weapons for CSEC, I'm putting together a task force to stop.
I'll get you your weapons, General.
I appreciate the effort, but I've spent too much time out of action, Commander. Won't be able to sit on my hands much longer.
You are making this hard, and I get why. But you are making this hard, old man.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop.
Hey, Commander, check it out. Big news! The Blasto movie is breaking opening week records. There's also a big expose on Quasar tournaments, tips on how to make your apartment look bigger, and, oh yeah, a big-ass Reaper invasion. These people have no idea.
They're horrified. They kind of do.
When big events shake up the galaxy, people cling to what's familiar.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It's better than riots in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I just wish there were a middle ground. You know, a little less gardening advice, a little more war prep.
It'll happen. Once there's something people can do to help.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, they ignore the unshackled AI walking around the Presidium.
She run into any trouble?
No, she's my mobility assistance mech. Thanks to Vrolic syndrome, I'm legally entitled to bring her everywhere. Finally getting some use out of those disability benefits.
I'm sure
Yes,
she
sir.
appreciates getting out to see the sights.
She's earned a little shore leave.
I could agree with that. I could agree with that.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds from today's purchases go toward the Turian war effort.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
That's weird. I don't know why that. The conversations will loop, but I don't know why that one did.
You're back, huh? Any luck out there?
Here, I've got some pieces for you.
Done deal, Commander. Check in with General Oraka. You'll see I'm making CSEC very happy.
Uh-huh. Give it a minute. They'll be making you happy when they save your life. Mook.
I've connected with Jonas Sedaris in her cell, Commander. You can speak with her via that console.
Thanks. We'll need some privacy.
Of course. When you're done, you can also contact Commander Bailey from that terminal.
Who's that spying on me now? Ah, I see. Good. Arya's indentured servant has finally come to deliver me to freedom.
I want to talk with you before I secure your release.
Bullshit. You have no choice. And when I get out, heads will roll. Oh, yes. You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
Another one who wants to hold grudges while the galaxy burns, huh? So in your mind, you go for the battles you think you can win, like revenge, huh?
You have to move on.
And I will, once all my enemies are dead. I love holding all the cards. Even in here, you must deal with me. I have all the power.
Is that right?
Yes, Sane, my second in command, is a weak-willed toady. If he had balls, he'd leave me to rot and take control himself. But he won't defy me. He knows better. Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sedaris.
So she's crazy, right?
Yeah, that bitch is crazy.
To let her out.
She's a menace. Let me try to make this problem go away.
Sounds good. I'll hold the line until I hear from you.
Ain't nobody dealing with that. We cannot afford to have a knife at our back when we're supposed to be able to trust that knife pointing in one direction.
I'm willing to bet you look worse than I do.
Yeah, well, did you hear about the chemical fire and those kids from level E24 that they brought in last night?
Yeah, I was there when they brought them in.
Shit. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. Look, if you need anything...
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'm glad that you're here for him, but it ain't your fault that you brought up something you didn't know he was a part of. People have got to stop doing that, boy.
Hey, I remember you. Shepard, right? Heard you're fighting the Reapers.
Matriarch Athena. You were working on Ilium. How'd you end up here?
With the Reapers making noise, I figured it was time to get somewhere safer. So I moved here.
I don't think so. I've seen some video footage of you looking at Liara.
Yeah. Matriarch Benazia was her mother.
Oh, okay. Don't know why the audio just cut out, but there it is.
You mean you were her other mother, right?
No, I didn't pop her out. Hell, she's never even met me.
Sorry. If you were human, you'd both be called the mother, regardless of which one gave birth.
Well, I'm not human, am I? Anthropocentric bag of dicks.
Well, damn. Forgive me for trying to rationalize what I'm dealing with. From the species that say diplomacy, understanding, learning, yep. More bullshit just keeps popping up about you people, huh? I guess we'll just chalk it up to you being partly Krogan.
Liara would love to meet you.
Why? She doesn't even know me from a hole in the ground. Benazia ran off before the kid was born. Besides, this isn't charity work. She's one of the biggest intel brokers in the galaxy. And she's got some shady connections. Like a boyfriend who used to work for Cerberus.
I only worked with Cerberus to fight the Reapers.
And you're not with him now. I know. If you were, you wouldn't get within a light year of Liara.
Is that a threat?
I'm no commando, but I've had 1,000 years to learn to fight dirty. Nobody messes with my girl. Anyway, you combine her work with Benazia and... well, the matriarchs might have ordered a hit.
That's not gonna happen.
No argument here. I only took these crap jobs to keep the matriarchs happy that she's under control.
Just as long as we're clear. Nobody messes with my girl.
Maybe you're good enough for her after all.
I bet she'd like to meet you.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
The bartender over there?
The matriarch hired by the Asari government to track my movements?
She's your father.
I know.
I don't know why Shepard would be surprised. There's no way she knows that much and doesn't know the rest. I doubt it was hidden. It doesn't seem like it was hidden. It was just not spoken of.
I never get to surprise you with anything.
Nope.
I'm a very good information broker.
And you haven't talked to her about spying on you?
If I did that, they might send someone who wasn't as sympathetic
Sensible.
to me. Besides, this is hardly the time for family reunions.
Actually, it's really the time for family reunions. Odds are this is gonna be the last set of family reunions anybody get in the galaxy.
Liara,
Oh, fine.
Oh, fine.
Come on. Can't blame the matriarchs for keeping an eye on you.
I am not my mother.
You did threaten to flay someone alive with your mind.
I had to make them take me seriously. I wasn't going to actually do it. And you bugged my office on Ilium.
That'd be the logical conclusion. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's one of the cleanest answers anybody could ever give you. So you bugged my office? Yeah, we can go with that.
Commander Shepard, I was just contacted by a black market dealer who's donating high-end weapons to CSEC. He wanted you to know. Sounds like you came through.
And the Blue Suns can go about their business.
Now we'll be focusing on Citadel defense. It won't bring Palaven back, but it's something. Thank you, Commander.
The matriarchs aren't gonna do anything to you. Especially in the middle of this damn war.
My reports don't show much activity from the Asari military against the Reapers.
Come on. You know how Asari work. Infiltration and sabotage.
But against Reaper forces, that's...
I know. About as useful as tits on a hen are. Good thing we've got the Turians and the Krogan to do the heavy lifting. Our people just aren't built for the front ranks.
They're not built for the front ranks. They're literally too squishy. By literal design. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just the way it is. Yes, that is always going to pop up until he leaves this place. It's a glitch that carried over from the first iteration of Mass Effect 3. Why? I don't know, but there it is. Let's see. Anything else I need to do on the Citadel other than going down to the docking holding area? Oh, and then Huerta Memorial, naturally. Nope. I can talk to Miranda on my way out. Yeah. 45 minutes in already. As I said near the end of the last episode, you kind of want to do all of this stuff early. Otherwise, it'll be missable, unfortunately.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24, emergency civilian housing.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long. It'll always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert. You give me strength. Thank you.
No problem, brother. All right.
Where were you when the Reapers...
Would you shut up?
I'm sorry?
I don't want to hear it. You humans think you had it rough? You know what happened on Karshan?
My apologies. I thought, since your homeworld...
Stop. Just stop.
He don't want to think about it any more than he already has to. Excuse me, I don't blame it. It's not like he doesn't care, he does. That's kind of part of the problem. Everybody's going through it. But that's the dude's way of coping, is telling the story.
We just got a report that another ship made it off Palaven.
How many on board?
30 or 40 survivors.
Jesus.
So, they said the fighting's getting worse. Well, let's find some room for them. Now, this is going to be home for a while.
Men, get ready for trouble.
Not here for that, Sane. Just want to talk about Jonas Sedaris' release.
Oh, you're the one coordinating that, right? My idea, you know. Arya came to me looking to gain Eclipse support. I'm leveraging it to bust the boss out.
Huh. You know she considers you to be nothing but a weak-willed toady who'll never claim his balls and the actual position he should be having, right?
Saying you should run Eclipse.
Huh?
You can do it. Leave Sedaris locked up and make the deal with Arya yourself.
Arya would be a step up. And you think she'd let me run things?
I don't see why not.
Right. Right. Then that's the plan. Keep Sedaris in jail. I'll call Arya right away.
Good man.
Ain't nothing worse than a dog you can't control, man. It's just the way it is. And Sedonis is a dog that you cannot control. That's literally a dog you put down, or you will regret it. She is off the wall crazy. Alright. Go see Caden and then we head out after speaking to Miranda.
Shepard, the Council withdrew the release order for Sedaris. Arya Tolok, of all people, got him to do it. Crazy.
You can say that again.
Thanks for your help, Shepard.
No problem. Ooh. Well, you have to wonder where she's at. Like, does she have her own cell? Because if she don't, shit is about to hit the walls. You better not be in proximity. She is going to skin you alive if she can. The level of salt that's finna flow through her veins is gonna be legendary. I'm not gonna lie, that is a view. That is a view. I could get used to that. I'm assuming every one of these these beams in the middle are all like hospitals or something. Otherwise, they're perfect transit locations to move between areas. Why take a sky car or something where you can just walk across the bridge, quote unquote?
So I'm in the shower with hot water and everything. And that's when Neaira came.
Neaira was another huntress on your ship?
Yeah, a friend. I wanted it to be more than that, but she had a medical condition.
It's okay. It's in the file.
The farm girl calls in to me that another Asari is here. I thought the shuttle had gotten back early. I come out in a towel, and Neaira walks through the door. But it wasn't her. Not anymore.
Hello again, Commander. Here to see our patient?
How is Caden doing?
Stable. There's no evidence of cognitive impairment from the concussion, but multiple shoulder fractures are still on the mend. Bed rest under observation is all that's needed now. I'm sure a visit would be welcomed.
Keep up the good work, Doctor.
You too, Commander.
Same report she gave, but it's probably just the way it is at this point with him.
I overheard you talking. Grissom Academy is gone, but I found this while I was there.
What is this? Yes, these are tailored to human physiology, but with a few alterations, they should work for the Asari as well. This is exactly what I needed. Thank you.
No problem. 11-8-50.
Tell Matriarch Athena that our huntresses should have the upgrades waiting for them on their next shore leave. No, they were very easy to scale. The humans made some amazing breakthroughs.
29 years we've been roaming the galaxy dealing with aliens, and we're reinventing the sciences. It's legitimately impressive. We're on par with some of the most capable species in the galaxy. It's like we incorporated this technology into our own lives as if it was always there.
I believe you were looking for these prototypes?
You found them? Thank you. These biotic upgrades will save a lot of Alliance lives. We'll begin production immediately. Here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need surgery, but when can I get back to the front?
You're not.
What?
You have extensive nerve damage. Once we remove the leg, we can't install a prosthetic for at least 5 weeks.
I told my squad I'd fly back next week.
I'm sorry, but that's impossible.
Jesus, that explains the issue in terms of her talking about the prosthetic. So he has extensive nerve damage and he needs time for it to heal. At least 5 weeks. God. Odds are his squad ain't gonna last 5 weeks. No offense.
Hey, Shepard. If you came to spring me, you're late. I'm getting out soon.
Good to hear.
Yes,
Maybe you already saw the vid, but I accepted Udina's offer.
Inspector Caden Alenko. That's a big deal.
Only the second human Spectre. It's humbling. Udina thinks they may have a pretty big ceremony, even with the war. And he says a celebration will give folks something hopeful to latch onto.
That's good.
You ready to take on that responsibility?
You set the bar pretty high, but I'll do my best. It's strange. On Mars, I should have died. The promotion from Anderson, Spectre status. These are terrible days. But I've been lucky.
Indeed, my friend. You'll be alright, though. I think you actually fit for this work.
You're perfect for the job. On Eden Prime, I could see there was something special about you. You're a good soldier.
That means a lot. I'm happy. I want to serve.
I thought you might want to join the Normandy.
Yeah. I have thought about that. I just need to get out of here first, though. Take care of some things. I've been trying to locate my old Spec Ops squads. My students from Biotics Division.
Any luck?
No, probably went underground, but they'll turn up. If they were easy to find, they wouldn't be doing their jobs.
Well, let me know when you're out. Take care, Spectre Alenko.
Stay safe, Commander.
Alright, man. Catch you later. Well, he seems to be in good shape and good spirits. Tis good.
She's got this glow. And the Reapers. They did to her what they do to everyone. She's covered in... I don't know. Glowing. She reaches out. Her eyes go black. And she touches one of the farmers, and he just... dies. They panic. She rips them apart. Sometimes touching, sometimes opening them up with biotics. The humans are turning into... liquid. And I'm there, in my towel with no gun. And husks start pouring through the door. Goddess. So I ran.
Yep. Sounds about right. Sounds about sensible.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a
Got called out the shower with no gear. At least she got to get a shower. Excuse me.
Arriving at docking bay D-24.
Shepard, over here.
Listen, honey, please. This is how it has to be. Everyone's going through this.
I know, and I'm sure you'll be fine. It's just so damn inconvenient. It's like we're pre-space flight all of a sudden.
Pretty much. You should see what they've got us using for heavy munitions. It's all mass-produced LCOS combine crap.
Wait, munitions? Explosive munitions? I thought you weren't going to be on the front lines.
Not in hot combat zones, no, of course not. But sometimes, They need us to breach enemy fortifications.
Goddess, you said you were just going to be building emergency outposts.
And here we go.
Commander Shepard, it's been far too long.
Still
we
look
live
like
in
that.
interesting times.
A little too interesting.
I couldn't get anywhere near you when the Alliance had you locked up.
Relieved of duty. It was complicated.
I'm sure it was. I'm surprised they didn't court-martial you. The Alliance isn't known for its flexibility.
Doesn't matter now.
Shepard, about Earth.
Countless people lost their lives within minutes. The Reapers are everything we feared.
They should have listened to you a long time ago. I'm sorry, Shepard.
What about you? What brings you here?
I need to talk to a few people. Like you. The Citadel is a good place to meet. For now. What's the Alliance's next move?
We have a plan. It's a long shot.
Not surprising. Shepard? There's something I wanted to mention.
What is it?
I haven't heard from my sister, Oriana, for a while. I'm getting worried.
Your sister?
Yes. I don't want to overreact, but... Well, there's a lot going on.
I thought we made sure she was safe.
We did. It's probably nothing, but I just know my father is involved.
What happened?
I don't know. Everything I had in place to make sure she was safe went dark.
Well, it's not entirely surprising. At least not entirely. It's interesting you seem to be darting around. I also notice you're not wearing the Cerberus symbol on your outfit. So what, did you leave Cerberus? Because if you did, it's not entirely surprising. Cerberus was the one who came up / gave you those methods. They may no longer be giving them. And considering what's going on right now, that they're roaming the galaxy, taking students and Reaper tech and trying to control the Reapers, it's not really surprising. It'd be kind of surprising if something like this wasn't happening. Especially with who you are and what you can do. You've already proven yourself capable of rebuilding people. And you've proven yourself to be a capable tactician and soldier. It's not surprising for him to potentially do something like this, if for nothing else than to get you back on the plantation.
What do you need from me?
I appreciate the offer, Shepard, but you have your hands full. If I need a door or two kicked down, I know just who to call. But for now, I'll be fine.
Okay. I understand.
I have to figure this out.
I can respect it.
You will.
Type who don't like to rely on anybody at all, but at the same time she wants to definitely be soft, but at the same time she hates it, but at the same time she wants it. It is sad. You can't serve two masters though.
Have you had any run-ins with the elusive man?
Just once. He said it had been a pleasure to work with me, but he needed to contain the situation.
Contain the situation. Sounds final.
It nearly was. He doesn't take rejection well.
No, he doesn't.
Well, that answers that. You should not be surprised that he decided to pull that. Makes me wonder if she's legitimately surprised that something like that's the case, and that means that she considered the elusive man potentially to be trustworthy to such a degree. She may have even let him be a blind spot when it comes to how she thinks. He would never do something like that to me. I was always loyal, so on and so forth. Hard to say, especially when you consider the fact that he is reaperizing his soldiers.
Why do you think your father was involved in Oriana's disappearance?
I kept careful tabs on my sister. I always knew where she was. For her to just vanish, it could only be him. After I hid her away, I still knew he'd stop at nothing to find her. She's all he has left. I have a hunch what happened, but I'll fill you in when I'm certain.
Right. I could see that. Everything you had to watch it goes dark out of nowhere. Your father, Cerberus, both or some third party. And since we don't know about any potential third parties that would have such access or would even bother, even if they did have access, it can only be one of these two parties.
It's been a long time. What happened to you?
I've been in hiding. Being on the run from just about everyone isn't as glamorous as it sounds.
I didn't know.
It's all right. I knew there would be repercussions to walking away from Cerberus.
I imagine. You're a dangerous enemy.
I am.
If you're looking for a lead here, anyone associated with Cerberus will be hard to find.
No question. But I'm owed a few favors. Someone here will give me a tip on Ariana.
Well, there it is. Good luck. And again, push come to shove and you need a couple of triggers pulled, you know who to call.
I've got to get back to it.
And I should get out of sight.
Be careful.
No promises.
Okay. Met some old friends that sit at the memorial. From Steve Cortez Shepard. After you left the refugee memorial, I met an old friend who was helping out some colonists with logistics. She and her buddies are ex-Alliance pilots, damn good ones, who left the service to build a life on the frontier. They're homeless now, and I told them about the forces being collected. They were eager to join. I've attached their contact information to forward to Hackett. Hopefully they can help. Thanks again for helping me through this. I'm feeling good. I think maybe I'll hit Purgatory next trip to the Citadel. Want to join me for some drinks? Steve. Sure. And now we've got fighter pilots. Beautiful. As I was saying, figured we might give you folks those codexes. All right.
Commander, the Solarian Dalatras and Krogan clan chief are ready to come aboard.
Have them brought to the conference room. And hope this doesn't start another war.
The Krogan is in no position to make demands.
The Krogan has a name.
Urdnot Rex. And I'm not just some junkyard Varen you unleash whenever you're in trouble. I've got my own problems. Reaper scouts have arrived on Tuchanka. So why should I care if a few Turians go extinct?
Trying to draw out negotiations will get you nowhere, Rex. I have no time for it. Just tell us what you want.
I'll tell you what I need. A cure for the genophage.
Absolutely not. The genophage is non-negotiable.
Why are you so opposed to the idea, Dalatras?
Because my people uplifted the Krogan. We know them best.
You mean you used us to fight a war you couldn't win? It wasn't the Solarians, or the Asari, or even the Turians that stopped the Rachni. It was Krogan blood that turned the tide.
And after that, you ceased to be useful. The genophage was the only way to keep your urges in check.
Dalatras, you may not like him, but Rex is right. Insulting him won't change that.
I won't apologize for speaking the truth. We uplifted the Krogan to do one thing: wage war. It's all they know because it's all we wanted them to know.
That is valid. You cannot ignore that fact. You did make it a point to solidify their warlike nature. Now, mind you, when you found them, they had already, excuse me, they had already hit themselves with nuclear winter. But you made it a point to feed that nature, to strengthen it, to cultivate it. You needed it for specific reasons. The galaxy needed it for specific reasons. And in the end, there was no chance, at least as far as we know. If there was some opportunity to stop the Rachni, nobody was aware of it. Or if they were, they either died or weren't talking. That being said, the genophage was too far. I understand what your desire was, and put quite simply, the Krogan were making it extremely hard, but the genophage was much too far. The Krogan shouldn't have did what they did, and they paid for it. And they've been paying for over 1,400 years. It is time to let that go, at least to an extent. It's hard to say that when you consider the fact that Krogan live almost 1,500 years, if not a little less or a little more. So the ones who were around then may be still around now, if not some. I know for a fact there's a couple. I think Rex was around during that time.
Your people should have thought the matter through then. Was it really a surprise that Krogan revolted?
That's precisely my point, Commander. We made a rash decision. We turned to the Krogan in desperation. It's the same mistake you're about to make today. No good can come from curing the genophage.
The difference is, at the time, y'all uplifting the Krogan may have been a little much. The Rachni were crazy, but it may have been a little much. Now, though, if we were to be uplifting a species, now it would be legitimately justified. The Reapers are coming for everybody, and they have came multiple times from multiple cycles. Records we have already prove this.
The Krogan have paid for their mistakes. The genophage has gone on long enough.
1,476 years, if you're keeping track.
It was 1,000 years of peace, free from these brutes.
Enough! Whether or not they deserve a cure is academic. It would take years to formulate one.
My information says otherwise. A Solarian scientist, Malin, grew a conscience. He was on my planet, testing a cure on our females.
I remember. His methods were barbaric.
But what you didn't know is that other females survived his experiments. So the Dalatras here sent in a team to clean up the whole mess, and to take them prisoner.
Where did you get this? It could be a fabrication.
Don't insult me. Those are my people. They're immune to the genophage, and you're going to give them back.
Dalatras, is this true?
How will curing the genophage benefit my people?
Well, put quite simply, you are, excuse me, you know full well what the genophage being cured can do for the galaxy. And you also know full well that if you're going to get in the way of saving the galaxy just for yourselves, we will step aside and let you do that for yourselves, by yourselves.
How long do you think you'll last alone against the Reapers? Because if you don't help, that's how it'll end up.
And I'll be the last friendly Turian you ever see.
What's it gonna be?
The females are being kept at one of our STG bases on Sur'Kesh. But I warn you, Commander, the consequences of this will be felt for centuries to come.
Will be nothing compared to what happens if the Reapers win.
Let's get the females.
You're not setting foot on Sur'Kesh. This will take time.
It happens now. As a Council Spectre, Shepard can oversee the exchange.
We're going.
I can understand your fear. I can respect your
won't
fear.
forget this, Commander. A bully has few friends when he needs them most.
But your actions were too much. Too much. And you know they were too much. All right, Garrus. $125, $140. Nah, we're good. It's the Viper Sniper. Now, here's this one. So we have this object, Sniper Rifle Concentration Mod. Increases damage by 5% and speed perception by 25%, enhancing aim for a brief time. So what it does is it gives you time dilation for your rifle. But I don't know if the time dilation is affected for your teammates. It is for you. But I don't know if it makes targets easier to hit. I tend to use it for my teammates, but I don't know if it matters. So what we'll just go with is up the damage. Stick with the classics. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give him the medic. Memory serves, that scope is functional. Whoa, almost backed out. That would have been irritating. I am not done yet. Okay. The heat sink every round has a 25% chance of not using up the thermal clip. Nah, we're good. We're good. Power damage. Up that armor piercing ammo capability. Thank you. Proximity round, proximity mine, and recharge speed. Yep, let's go. Now, if you ever played the demo, The demo itself has Liara and Garrus as the characters you would be playing for this instance. I just figured I'd bring them from nostalgia points.
This is the Solarian homeworld we're headed to. They aren't used to seeing Krogan here, so let's keep it simple.
Plus choice.
We land, get the females, and leave before anyone changes their mind.
I still don't trust a word they say.
Well, this is happening so far, and they ain't blown us out of the sky, so let's keep things peaceful, Rex.
Let diplomacy play out, Rex. You'll get what you want.
These females are the best, and probably last hope for my people.
We'll bring them back, Rex. Don't worry.
I appreciate that, Liara. I wouldn't want anyone else along for the ride. I suppose I can make room for you too, Garrus.
Figured you'd gone soft, sitting on your throne. Forgot how to hold a gun.
Commander, I have the Solarian base on sensors.
Set her down.
Commander, Solarian ground control says we don't have clearance to land.
Tell them the Dalatrass authorized this herself.
I knew they'd never keep their word.
That implies they've been told, Rex.
Rex!
Damn, he's frustrated.
An unauthorized landing.
And who authorized you to hold my race hostage?
Your necessity does not change the reality here.
Hold! Stand down! Hold your fire! Commander Shepard, restrain your colleague. We only found out about this transfer a few moments ago.
I'd like to avoid a diplomatic incident.
As would we.
But you have something valuable to Rex.
Something worth dying for.
This matter can be resolved, but I must insist he remain under guard.
I can handle this, Rex.
If anything goes wrong and all bets are off.
I'm Paddock Wicks, and I appreciate your understanding, Commander. With war on everyone's minds, our people are on edge.
Careful! Watch the containment shield!
I'd hope to never see one of those again.
As you can see, this base contains sensitive information.
Apparently.
What kind of work goes on here?
Evolutionary trials, morphological simulations, exogenetic assessments.
Nothing is ever simple with Solarians, is it?
Science has always been our best defense. The research we do here has kept Sur'Kesh safe for millennia.
I can respect it.
Does that include studying lost Krogan?
The females were in poor health when we found them on Tuchanka. They were brought here to stabilize their condition.
This whole planet smells wrong.
I actually believe
I'd
that.
like to see them.
Of course. I'll need to clear you for the lower levels. Give me a few moments and meet me near the elevator.
It's been 6 months since that happened. I actually believe that. They've had plenty of time to research the Krogan to see what actually gave them immunity and then to kill them. I actually believe stabilizing them was the goal.
A cipher analyst over in Intel told me the Turians can't hold out much longer. He's hearing the Reapers have them against the wall.
The Turians have the biggest fleet in the galaxy.
And we're only a few Mass Effect relays away from the whole mess.
He is not wrong. Don't want to be freaking out, but you do need to be prepared.
This is where all you Solarians come from, huh? No wonder you're so soft. Too busy writing poetry about waterfalls.
Gotta be fair. The Solarians build with their architecture. It is beautiful.
You'd think the Asari could do something about the Reapers.
My friend said there was some sort of diplomatic summit, but the Asari wouldn't attend.
Did he say why?
Apparently they think there's too much bad blood with the Krogan.
For once, I agree with them. Only a fool would trust the Krogan.
You don't really need to trust the Krogan. You just need to trust the Krogan to do what the Krogan do. Fight and kill. If you don't trust them, don't. Just trust them to do what they do. And trust that they have reason to keep their guns pointed in one direction.
Shepard, I don't like this. I should be the one going in.
How about you stay here and we only fight one war at a time?
That was just good old-fashioned Krogan hot air. If it had been real, they'd be dead.
Who tipped you off about the females here?
Sorry, Shepard, but they're listening to every word we say. I prefer my Solarian liver served raw. Besides,
well,
you'd think this is the kind of thing the Shadow Broker would have known about. Too bad I don't know him. Or her.
I'm sure the broker was very busy.
Indeed. Them Solarians looking the way they did is just for the simple fact that they understand that well, Krogans do eat people, so yeah.
Back on the Normandy, you said Reapers were sighted on Tuchanka.
Clans Jorgal and Ravenor sighted a few landing parties. The Reapers are up to something. Tuchanka may be a pile of radioactive rubble, but it's our pile. And we'll fight to the last Krogan to keep it that way.
That's what I always liked about you, Rex.
My smoldering good looks?
There is that. But you've never given up. And that determination's about to pay off.
Yeah. Who would have thought back on Vermeer we'd be standing here doing this together?
Yep. I can definitely respect that. And like you said, it may be a radioactive pile, but it's our pile. I'd fight for it too. I'd have to. Home is home is home. Don't matter what it looked like.
What do you know about these females?
They weren't fertile, so we used them as decoys to draw off enemies from the ones who were. But Malin's experiments changed that. These damn Pyjaks stole them right out from under us.
That's a pretty brutal way to treat your women, Rex.
The females suggested it. We've had to make a lot of tough choices to ensure we don't all die off.
Yeah.
What a horrible way to live.
It's just one more thing that'll get better when the genophage is cured.
I can understand it. Following humanity's role, we would never suggest such a thing. They would have to.
Are the Krogan ready to fight the Reapers?
Ever since Sovereign showed up, I figured this day would come. My people have spent too much time selling ourselves out as mercenaries. Now we can get back to doing what Krogan do best, saving everyone else from giant monsters.
Never going to let us forget about the Rachni Wars, are you?
Well, last time I was at the Citadel, I didn't see a Turian statue in your honor.
Just wait till this war is over.
It's been good talking to you again, Rex.
It'll be even better when we have a few Solarians for lunch.
He ain't gonna leave these Solarians alone, boy. Hey there.
Please don't touch that. As I said, Commander, don't touch that. Again, I would ask you to refrain from touching that. Perhaps don't touch that means something different in your language. I would rather not refer this matter to the human embassy. Touch it all you want. You'll never find out what it does. Are humans really so deprived of stimulus that they must insist on touching everything? I'm afraid if you keep touching that, you risk a diplomatic incident. Further manipulation of that object is grounds for further admonishment. Really? You must stop touching it. Once more, the Solarian Union formally requests that you not touch that. Fine. If you are so enamored of that object, then I suggest you get your own feces analyzer. We've already been down that road. No more.
No more. Your own feces analyzer. What's funny is that's probably exactly what it is. A good way to get somebody to stop, but it's probably exactly what it
Agree
is.
with them or not, our orders are clear. Ensure the smooth handover of the Krogan detainees.
Who gave the order?
Our superiors, that's all that matters.
But they're gonna cure the genophage. Everything we've done to stop the Krogan will be for nothing.
When I want your opinion, I'll promote you. Until then, stay sharp and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, and then there's that logic. I'm not asking you for your thought process. Just do your job. Die with the thought process. Enjoy that. Take pride.
Commander Shepard, it's Major Kirahi. I'd heard you were coming.
Hold the line.
Good to see you again. Sounds like you've been promoted.
Yes, due in no small part to our mission on Vermeer. Hold the line. You saved my men that day.
Good to see a friendly face, Major.
Garrus Vicarian. Always a pleasure. And same to you, Dr. Tassoni.
Major.
It seems the Reapers have a way of bringing us together.
Don't they? Right before they try and blow us apart.
How did you get posted to this base, Major?
I led the team on Tachanka that found the females. Nasty business. Malin may have meant well, but his operation was crude. Test subjects were unaccounted for. The females easily escaped his lab.
That or he let them go, hoping somebody wouldn't find them. He may actually have known that they were fertile and did this as sort of a last-ditch effort in case somebody found him.
I guess we're both still feeling the effects of Vermeer.
Yes, ironic. You destroyed the genophage cure, yet now it's the key to an alliance. Your standoff with Erdnot Rex is legend within STG.
That's usually where those kind of things go. Fruit from the poisonous tree. But if you can get the same fruit from an actual, healthy tree, well, who knows, maybe trying to cure the genophage at work this time.
I'm sure you saw Rex's entrance.
Our colony's 3 systems away saw it.
Yes, and he's rather angry about the security arrangements.
Apologies, but better that than a Krogan with a shotgun wandering the base. Think of all the casualties. Our medpay couldn't handle it.
Yeah, he'd go through a large chunk of y'all. Y'all get him, but he'd go through a large chunk.
Are the Solarians prepared for war with the Reapers?
I've heard what they're doing to your Earth. I'm not sure any species can prepare for that. Though rumors suggest you're building a superweapon of some kind.
This business with the females is part of it. I need the Turian support, and they need the Krogans.
Which is why I never became a diplomat. Too much hand-holding. Leave it to the Dalatresses.
Hear that? Went ahead and told him because he's the type of person I would like to know these kind of things. Push comes to shove, he might be helpful out there, so on and so forth.
Security seems high. Are you expecting trouble?
Our motto in STG is to always expect trouble. Failing that, create trouble for someone else. Our enemies have the same idea.
Nice seeing you again, Major.
Likewise. And Commander, regardless of what the politicians decide, you can count on my support retaking Earth.
You'd do that?
Consider it my way of returning a favor. It would be an honor to fight alongside you again.
Thank you, man.
Good day.
Seriously.
Another incursion?
Air defenses report unidentified craft skirting our inbound approach vectors.
It's like someone's testing our defenses.
Appears that way, sir.
I don't like it. Not with everything else going on. You have clearance now to see the females, Commander. I hope we can resolve this matter without reenacting the Krogan rebellions.
What do you think about handing over the Krogan?
I differ from most of my colleagues. Curing the genophage will bring closure to this issue. In the future, the Krogan may yet play some role we can't even imagine. We should let the evolutionary process decide who lives and dies, not galactic politics.
I'll agree with that mostly.
What do you think about handing over the Krogan?
I differ from most. Of course. Proceed into the elevator when you're ready.
Now, what I could have done is just walked over to the elevator, then he would have just unlocked it, but I want to say we wouldn't have had that conversation. This is how it would have went.
Down and someone will...
What's happening?
Sensors have picked up activity on the perimeter. Hurry, Commander. Someone will meet you below.
Base personnel must remain on site until further notice.
All specimens are accounted for, sir.
Shepard, excellent timing. Good to have you here.
Morden.
Eyesight still sharp. Surprise understandable. Hadn't expected to return to work.
You're back with STG.
Special consultant. Had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. Helped female Krogan. Fed information to Clan Erdnot. Encouraged political pressure to free females.
You must
Good
be
move.
Rex's inside source.
Yes, can explain later. Security warnings not normal. Need to get off-world for sake of Krogan. Females had weakened immune systems. Side effect of Malin's cure. These didn't survive.
But what about Malin's research? I thought we saved it.
Indeed, data saved, but not complete. Lacks crucial details to reconstruct cure, but still useful for synthesizing from living tissue. Couldn't save them.
Man, at least y'all tried, man.
I'm sure you did everything you could, Morden.
Arrived too late. Cannot delay now. One survivor, immune to genophage, can synthesize cure from her tissue.
She's still here?
Yes, last hope for Krogan. If she dies, genophage cure... problematic. Please be careful. Krogan's slow to trust.
I'm Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy.
Are you here to kill me?
Goddess, what she's been through.
Erdnot, Rex, and I are here to take you home.
Why? What am I to you?
Have the Solarians been mistreating you?
Those are my sisters you saw back there. They died in a lot of pain.
Did the best we could.
And now I know I'm the only one left. That makes me dangerous to a lot of people. What about you, Commander Shepard? Why are you here?
You're the future of the Krogan race. I'm fighting for that.
Then I hope you brought an army.
You're a really good team.
Give me an update. Outbound communications have been severed. We're cut off. Secure all data to off-site location.
What's happening?
We have multiple ships inbound.
Shepard, it's Rex. Cerberus troops are attacking the base. Get the females out of there now!
Only one survived, Rex. It might be safer down here.
What? So the Solarians can kill her like the others? No deal. If you still want this alliance, get her out of there.
More
Release the female.
bullshit.
We're leaving.
I can't. Protocol states during lockdown, no specimens.
Objection noted. Now, please release Krogan. Need to monitor pod as it clears quarantine procedures.
Meet us at next checkpoint, Shepard. Likely Cerberus opposes genophage cure.
You'll see Tachanka again. I promise.
Get to elevator, Shepard.
All right. I forgot to set y'all up a minute ago.
Got it.
Understood.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Log, Morden Solus 178.3. Malin's cure disrupting autoimmune response. Krogan females dying. Malin's data details procedures. Spotted his error. Brute force application to alter hormone levels. Shows how far he'd fallen. Glad I saved data. Have developed counteragent. Saved at least one female.
Shows how far he's fallen. I don't know. I can't say. Maybe he went the brute force route for speed.
Baron secure.
Which are secure.
Yard subjects. We have a problem.
What sort of problem?
Security overrides aren't responding.
Fix it.
For reference, the Yogg is what was the previous Shadow Broker, children. Devastation on 2 legs. No joke. Extended barrel for my rifles. Or my assault rifles, rather.
Log, Morden Solus 162.3. Used STG ties to secure station here. Gained autonomy in caring for Krogan test subjects. Females were obviously dying. Barbaric experiments. Malin's fault. My responsibility to fix. Need to save them. No more. No more dead.
I can respect the desire to save him.
Something's wrong with the elevator. It's not responding. There. Try it now, Commander.
Interesting.
Oh crap.
Get back!
Are you alright?
Is there another way out of here?
Shepard, Cerberus forces trying to locate female. Quarantine checkpoint under attack. Hurry!
At least one dead down there so
Shepard,
far.
we're running out of time. We need to get out of here.
I know what I'm doing. Let's go. And yeah, this facility is underwater. No idea what those fish are, but probably can't eat them.
Understood. It's Rex. I took the shuttle. Do whatever it takes to get the female up to the landing pad.
I bet Cortez is uncomfortable.
Miserable for Cerberus.
Taking enemy fire from position Keltec 4.
Garrus, right here.
I'm sure there will be more.
Shotgun blade attachment. Sure.
Coming.
All squads, be advised we're encountering resistance from non-
Don't let him take cover in the lab!
Hate when that happens. Down, Liara?
The female isn't going to last long against this sort of firepower.
Nope.
Shepard, Cerberus in vicinity. Hurry!
We're on our way.
Of course.
Species 732, the Yog, has been authorized for covert uplift. They are ideal candidates for expanding Solarian influence with full deniability. The risk is minimal.
Obviously, they've never had to fight a Yogg face to face.
Nope. They're stupid. And lo and behold, one's missing. Don't. The recharge speed of all powers by 40% for 30 seconds when detonating biotic combos would be nice. But I'll take the extra damage, force, and duration. Recharge speed for the shockwave, and nothing else for you two. All right. Yeah. The Yogg specimen is broken containment. Y'all heard that.
Careful. There goes the next shadow broker.
Could have sworn he was muttering to Sony the whole time.
Not funny.
Hilarious to me. Be even crazier come to find out they had some weird hive mind and it actually did know that you killed the other one. And for reference, folks, we are not gonna see that Yogg again. I have no idea what happens to him. You will not see him again the entire game. And top right, we got the force fields health bar for her.
Shepard, Cerberus troops at checkpoint, attempting to kill Krogan. Need assistance.
I see the checkpoint. They're under fire.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, of course. Let's get in. Shepard. Oh my God, Shepard. What happened, Shepard? Liara. Okay, you do have weapon. What was that? What was that? Shit, she didn't, and she just gave it to. Wait, what? Okay. She didn't have that mode on, but somehow she gave it to herself and not to us. That's how what she should have on. Not the point, though. Oh shit. I didn't even know they had thrown a grenade. That is upsetting.
Light them up.
Let's get in there.
You're lucky. What the?
Quickly, Shepard. Technician dead. Clear us through the checkpoint.
Varen. Damn, force field took a lot more damage than I would have liked. The bar up top, the top right is fine, but that's not the point.
Shepard, need you to clear us through first.
I will.
Are you okay?
Containment
shield is holding. We'll try to repair if necessary. Can't speak for Krogan's health, however. I'm fine, Commander. Females kept secret. Possibly a mole in the STG could be indoctrinated. If no Krogan aligns with Turians, Reapers left unchallenged.
We'll do more than challenge them.
Reinforcing my point.
Shepard,
kept quiet.
Cerberus likely to target. Hurry, next checkpoint.
Garrus, right here.
Shepard, last attack compromised security systems. Attempting to compensate.
Hang on. We're trying to get to you, boy.
Understood.
It's very well possible. The fact that they were kept secret, somebody is indoctrinated, is hard to say though. Definitively. Could just be a desire to have kept secrets. Solarians are notorious for it. He knows it as well as we do. And what thing is, he might have anticipated that possibility and is adding that on to the fact. Especially since seeing as how he is STG. I mean, a consultant, but let's keep it real. You never really quit your craziest job, like it or not.
Cerberus isn't fooling around.
They're capable of anything.
Yeah, they here for it. Get her done, Major.
Commander, stay back. Hostiles just down the hall.
Is there an easier way around?
You could say that.
How do I not have one of those?
Go, Commander! I'll cover you!
Alright, squad. Your orders are to hold position and block access to next checkpoint.
To be honest, he killed 2 or 3 of their men. It's fair that they let him set up a turret. Where's the engineer? Is that the one who set it up? Hard to say.
Looks like Cerberus got some up. Maybe try to flank them instead.
Yeah, it's the plan, Garrus.
We have to take out those turrets.
That's the plan, Garrus. And apparently Liara had other plans, Garrus. Homeboy was still in stasis. Oh! Game. I said cover. Oh, God. Liara, please, please, dear, please. You're killing me. You're really killing me.
Right away.
Whoa. Not where I wanted it.
I'm on it.
Sounds like somebody was hanging out uncomfortably. God, I think he's stuck somewhere. They might not let me progress until he dies. I don't know what the hell to do. Yay.
I think we got them all.
To the next checkpoint. I'm sure Cerberus isn't done.
Oh, good lord. Wanted to see what level I was at. I do believe, well, not what level, how close I am to leveling up. I do believe there's a spot close to where I can get XP. And I'm debating whether or not to get XP in its initial form. Yeah.
Right. Cerberus must have been tipped off. They got here too fast.
Every war has its traitors.
Every war. Whether they want to be traitors or not. Oh, that ass is grass.
Looks like they mean business. Fight! Cover!
Understood.
I'm headed up top.
Get back down there.
Elevator malfunctioning, Shepard. Need assistance.
Weird. Excuse me. Alright. Sorry about that. My throat's been acting up all night. Folks have been having to deal with it, my apologies. Sentry interface. I believe it is horrible looking for me. Armex Arsenal Greaves. Well, we know what was in these cages. I hear Vorcha out and about again. Well, they're gonna have trouble collecting their specimens. They probably chipped them all, but they're gonna have trouble catching them. Not to mention the instances where some might get away and do something else, like repopulate somewhere else or just hide.
Enemy still present. Pod under fire.
If the enemy wasn't present,
Take them out. Get them away from the female.
the only thing I could think is that they were in retirement. Was that they had won? What the? Hate that. I hate when games force that sticky camera on you.
Can't progress until you reroute emergency systems. Species 408, the Varan, could provide a novel form of biological warfare. With enhanced size and intelligence, they could harass hostile civilian populations at minimal cost. Recommend project approval.
Look around. There must be a power conduit nearby.
Yeah, that's the problem with Solarians. They don't really have limits that they won't like use to exploit. Or at least not STG. Uh-oh. Is that what I think it is? The Scorpion. Garrus, too bad you don't use pistols, because you could have one of these there, guy. But you see that? From 125 down to 25. The pain, children. The pain. But you know what? Not really my style. Liara, though. Enjoy. You've earned it. Now here's the problem. Since now we picked up a new weapon and equipped it, I have to reinstall all ammo types. Yay.
You got it. Understood.
Liara, please enjoy your pistol. No upgrades, but it's alright. We'll be alright. We'll manage alright.
Excellent. Concurus. Wait! Another Cerberus squad.
Yep.
Don't let him near the female. Understood.
Affirmative.
Keep up the pressure.
Bye now. Oh, Sur'Kesh is finna deal with you. Woohoo.
Excellent. Affinity for destruction intact, Shepard. Can clear us through now.
Damn, Skippy. I was still that demon, Morden.
Shepard, need you to clear us through first.
Momentarily. M13 Raptor. So, that one's basically another variation, if you want to, of the Viper sniper rifle. I think it fires faster, but doesn't hit as hard. Like honestly, out of those weapons, I think the Viper is the best viable option. Not too fast, not too slow. Doesn't hit as hard as I like, but that's the trade-off when it comes to a weapon like that. It should hit like 4 or 5% harder though, but yeah.
How are you holding up?
Containment shield strong, but not designed for direct fire.
This isn't your problem, Commander. You don't know me.
But I'd like to. Hang in there. How many more checkpoints?
Just the landing area. Hope not Rex still waiting.
Rex can't keep his hands off a fertile female. He'll be there.
I'll see you up top.
I guess because she's Krogan, she just knows. Shit. Can't cross these tables. Open chest.
That was the last one.
Let's get the hell out of here. Got it.
Shepard, get your ass up here. I can't fly around forever.
The female's on the way up to the landing area.
You pull this off, and I'm making you an honorary Krogan.
Headbutt and all, huh, Rex?
We're almost back up top.
Shepard, they found it. Under heavy attack. Enemy still present. Pod under fire. Appears safe. Need final approval now, Shepard.
Damn, shields dropped fast when she got up here.
No delay. Please authorize final release. Can't leave otherwise. Shepard, you must authorize release. Pod then transfers to loading area.
Let's get you out of it.
You think they have a method just to release you instead of having you do all of this. Shows they don't consider you to be sentient enough to be able to decide for yourself without causing a problem. And enjoy the first orbital mech drop. Not gonna lie, it's hard not to like them mechs. It really is.
Shepard, I can't land until you deal with that thing. It's too dangerous.
Shuttle's not armed enough?
It's been acquired.
Okay.
Door is damaged. Can't get out.
Stay clear. I've got this.
Protect the Krogan, Shepard. She's vulnerable.
Yep.
Attack continues. Situation. Covering gas for Shepard.
Firepower. Maybe we can crack it open.
Cerberus never did play fair.
Always getting old. That's not the issue here.
Rex hasn't exactly mellowed with age, has he?
I say he's got more philanthropic. So sure, he has. Not.
We did it!
Yeah, but watch out. Still got Cerberus troopers left.
Bye now. And as the waters of Sur'Kesh consume thee, go ahead and do 25 lit per second lift damage with your singularity. I can wait on the rest of us. I want to upgrade my throw.
You had me worried there for a minute.
Let's make this quick.
Let's get you out of there.
I can handle myself, Rex.
Women.
You real talk. I can handle myself, but you handle that. Where was that a minute ago?
Why is Cerberus here? What do you want?
Bad way to go. Does make you wonder what they're after, though. What could they even gain?
Commander, I'm hearing chatter you're brokering a treaty between the Krogan and the Turians.
If I get Krogan boots on Palaven, the Turians promise me their support.
And how does Cerberus get involved?
I don't know. The elusive man is up to something.
Then keep them at bay. I can't overstate what a victory this treaty would be for the Alliance.
Yeah.
We'll need all the help we can get.
How's the Prothean device coming?
Alliance R&D has officially begun construction. The team has dubbed it Project Crucible. We're throwing everybody who knows how to hold a hammer at it. This is going to be the most ambitious undertaking in human history.
Will we get it done?
I'm not saying it won't be a challenge, but our researchers tell me the designs are elegant, massive in scope, but strangely simple as well. We can do this, Shepard. You can do this. Never doubt that.
No, sir.
Good. Hack it out.
Good Lord. Video I made earlier just now. It's finished uploading to YouTube. Well, there you go, folks. And that is an impressive structure, boy. And now we got the Crucible symbol up there as well. Or the Crucible's icon, rather.
You have the female, Rex. A cure for the rest of your people can come later.
That wasn't the deal.
But Palaven needs your reinforcements now. We can't delay.
Unless every Krogan gets the cure, there's no alliance.
Morton, how long will it take to finish a cure?
Need to synthesize base antigen from female. Also requires healthy male Krogan tissue. We'll need a sample.
You're looking at it.
Acceptable. We'll need you to remain aboard Normandy for procedure.
Let's hope the food's gotten better.
See, now's this issue. Now he's got his female. He's playing I've got everybody over a barrel game.
Formulating a cure that works for every Krogan sounds like a tall order, Morton. Can you do it?
Of course. Similar to Genophage modification project. Working against own alterations this time. Not as simple as garbage DNA blocking attachment sites. We'll need to counteract shutdown of redundant nervous system, adjust neurotransmitter levels.
Got it.
We'll create cure, Shepard. Don't need to worry.
All right.
Then get started, Morton. And make it quick.
Always do. We'll be in medbay if you'd like to speak more. Eve requires tests.
Eve?
Female's real name unknown. Normandy, a human vessel. Human mythology seemed appropriate under circumstances. Suggest speaking with her. New perspective. Surprising in Krogan.
Now, is there anything else?
There's a small matter concerning a ship we've lost contact with.
What happened?
I'd rather discuss it in private.
Turian problems can't even come close to what I've got.
What is it?
Some of my men went missing. The rest of it we can discuss somewhere else.
I'll find you both in the war room. Just be ready to talk.
Good Lord, a couple of salty children are acting like a couple of salty children. Jesus. Well, we've got ourselves a Turian problem, a Krogan problem, a Krogan female, a potential cure for the genophage, and a galaxy-spanning super alien race that likes to make more of itself out of other alien races. And of course, naturally, we've got to start the pissing contests. We've got to start the infighting. We've got to start the nonsensical, emotional crap. Right? Not sensible emotion, nonsensical, emotional crap. Nope. Yeah. Why not play more bullshit as we go, huh? Who knows? Maybe when this is all said and done and we're done arguing with each other, there might be a galaxy or, at least a couple planets to save. Who knows? We'll have to see. But that, folks, is going to be the end of episode 8 of Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X. You folks like what you see and want to see more of me, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. Catch you in the next one.